You are using your cashback credit cards entirely incorrectly, but don't worry, I am going to make this video today so that you guys can understand how exactly a cashback credit card is supposed to be used, the best way to utilize your cards, and when you should actually be redeeming your cashback. So if you're into content like this, leave a like down below, comment and subscribe if you are new. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So for my people that are just now getting into credit cards and you don't really know one way or the other when it comes to travel or cashback credit cards, don't worry, I got you. Simply put, a cashback credit card is a credit card that allows you to receive a portion of your spend back in the form of actual dollars, and it is stored in a fund on the credit card app itself or the website that you can redeem at a later time, whether that be for a statement credit for whatever that dollar amount is, or sometimes you can even redeem it for a gift card, which kind of gives you a little bit less value, but we'll go over that. Primarily, when it comes to a cashback credit card, you want to use your funds only for a statement credit, I would say. You don't ever want to use the money for anything else because then you kind of get into devaluation, which is not really that big of a deal when it comes to cashback credit cards. And what do I mean by devaluation? Devaluation is something that really pertains more to a travel credit card where you accumulate all these points, but then when you go to redeem the points, somehow they are worth more over here and then they're worth less over there at this particular airline or hotel or whatever. Cashback does kind of cut that out, makes it very, very easy for you to use. So when it comes to redeeming your points, you have to be super strategic about it. When it comes to cashback, the money that you are getting back on your statement every month or in your little fund every month, I would like for you to think of that fund in a strategic way. Think of it like a micro rainy day fund or a micro savings account, right? The money doesn't expire. It doesn't go anywhere. It literally just sits on your credit card app or whatever until you decide to use it. So when I'm saying that you should be strategic about it, every single month when you go out and you spend money on your card, whether that be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, 6% back in cash back, that money is going to be stored on the card for you to use at a later time. The most effective way for you to utilize this money is to not touch it. And I know that sounds weird, but keep up with me. These cards are going to give you just a small percentage of the money that you are spending. So depending on how much money you are spending in a month, you're going to get that much money back. When I say be strategic, the categories that people spend their money in the most are going to be food, like out to eat, gas, or groceries. Those are typically the biggest categories with the exception of rent, which is a whole other thing. Those are going to be the biggest categories in which you are going to accumulate cash back for. So you want to make sure that you are getting a card that corresponds with your spend so that you get the maximum amount of money back. So if you know that you are spending a lot of money out on food or gas or groceries or all three, ensure that you are getting credit cards that are going to allow you to get as much as possible. As you guys, if you've watched any of my other credit card videos, you know one of my favorite cards is going to be Amex Blue Cash Preferred card. That card is going to give you 6% back on your groceries, and I'm somebody who does eat at home a lot. I like to make my own food, so the grocery store is typically where I will spend the bulk of my money as it pertains to eating food. That card also gives me 3% back on my gas if I wanted to, but I do have another card that gives me 5% back on my gas, so I would rather do that. Now, another thing to consider is when you are spending your money and you're ensuring that you get that maximum amount of money, whether that be the 5 or the 6% back, you want to make sure that all that stuff is being consolidated at least on 1 or 2 cards. You don't want to spread it out too much. It's okay if you do, but a lot of times you can accomplish this in just a couple of cards and sometimes only just 1 card. As long as you are maximizing the amount of money that you're getting back, that is the goal. Think about it like compounding, right? Though you may not be getting interest on this money that you're saving, it still compounds on each other every single month. All right, for example, let's say that you are somebody who is spending $400 a month on your groceries, right? And multiply that by, let's say if we do this on a quarterly basis, right? Every 3 months you spend $400 on groceries, right? So we got $1,200 for that. Let's say you spend $300 on food. 3 months, it's $900, right? And let's say we do $200 on gas. That's gonna give us $600, right? So our numbers come out to $1,200, $900, $600. That's a total in 3 months, you would have spent $2,700 on all of those categories. And let's just say on the low end, you are getting 5% back on all of that spend. So we're gonna do 5%. That is $135. Every 3 months, you would have $135 that is just sitting, waiting to be used. Now, when I say let this be like a rainy day fund for you, you don't need to use this money, right? And the money is not going anywhere. This money doesn't expire. You don't have a due date for it. It's not going to be worth less money in any amount of time. So you can genuinely just let it sit. So now let's multiply that by 2, right? Now, in 6 months, you would have had $270. Let's multiply by 2 again. In a year, that's $540. This is on the low end. If you are somebody who is looking at your cashback balance every time it hits $20 to $30 and you're redeeming it, you are costing yourself hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every couple of months because you are being impatient and you are redeeming things that you probably don't need. So when I say rainy day fund, let's say a tire blows out. Tires are pretty expensive, right? That could cost you $200 depending on the car that you have. Wouldn't it be nice if you just had $540 just sitting in a little fund on your credit card that you can just go, oh, I don't have to worry about coming out of pocket or trying to make my budget around this now, or go into my savings account and actually pull money out to pay for this, unexpected expense. This is saving you money for the future as well. And it's your money that you had to spend that you got back as a result of being responsible and making sure that you were being strategic about how you spent your money. That's the most important thing when it comes to a cashback credit card, is ensuring that you understand when to use your cash back. And like I said, if you're doing this on an every 3 months basis and you want to just evaluate like at that 135 for the 3 months for those specific things, and again, you know your spend better than I do. These are just going to be very vague numbers. I think everybody, especially in this economy, is at least spending right around what I just said. But if you're spending even more, that's that much money that you could be saving yourself for the future, right? Whether it be on an annual basis, semi-annual basis, or quarterly basis. You can think of this like a coupon. Inflation goes up by 2.7% every year. If you're saving 5%, 6% back on your categories, you are outpacing inflation, and you are ensuring that you will be able to put money toward things that actually matter for you in the future. You're setting yourself up for success while utilizing your credit card in the proper way. This is the way that a credit card, a cashback credit card specifically, should be used. The same way you guys probably have seen people on TikTok or Instagram or whatever that are talking about all these different things that they do when it comes to travel credit cards and how they're going to this portal to do this, or they're redeeming over here, or they're moving it to transfer partners. It kind of cuts all that out, right? We're dealing with just solid numbers. I spent my money, I got a percentage of my money back, and now we wait. It's all about compounding. A couple of cards that I think would be really good for you guys to use. American Express Blue Cash Preferred. As you know, that's my favorite card. We have the Amazon Prime Visa card. Very good card, especially if you're already paying for Amazon Prime. It's going to give you 5% back on your subscription, gives you 5% back at Whole Foods, which is grocery. You also get 3% back on gas, which is great. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, you can literally strategically use your cards in a way that you are getting 5% back on everything or more. So it really just depends on how you set up your cards and if you want to do multiple cards. Now, don't get me wrong. You can do just one card setup. If you know that you're kind of like me and you just really do groceries and gas, get you a card that's just going to give you most of your spend back on groceries and gas. Or if you want to mix it up, you can even go so far as to do like the Citi card hack. If you don't know what that is, Citi has a card called the Custom Cash. That card is going to allow you to get 5% back on whatever category that you spend the most money in. So a lot of times what people do is they will get that card specifically and just spend it on one category in particular to ensure the 5% back, right? Example, if you know that you get a lot of fast food, they're only using that card to get fast food on, so they guarantee themselves 5% back. Or on the flip side, you use a lot of gas, maybe you drive a lot, you can put 5% back and only get it on gas. Now, when I say hack, Citi will allow you to have multiple of that card. So there's a chance for you to use that card for 5% back on your gas, 5% back on food, 5% back on groceries. Like, there's a way for you to do that, and I can make a whole separate video for you so that you guys can understand how that hack works in more detail. But the point is, when it comes to cash back Cashback is just looked at like it's very simple, which it is. It is very simple, but I don't feel like cashback gets the proper hype that it deserves, because in an economy that we're in right now, it's important that we are utilizing our dollars in the best possible way that we can. You need an oil change? Cashback. You need tire change? Cashback. You need to pay for your insurance? You got a random deductible? Cashback. You have to be strategic about the way you use it. Don't nickel and dime it. Don't redeem it every month. Don't get a gift card. Don't do any of that. Wait, let it compound, and you will thank yourself later. I have gained over $1,200 in cash back. I'm somebody who likes to pay for my insurance every 6 months. I don't like to have monthly expenses, as you guys have heard me in the past. I think payments are probably the #1 wealth killer in America. The less payments that you have to make every single month, the less money that's coming out of your pocket every single month, the better off you are. So for me personally, if I know I'm gonna have to pay $400 or $500 in 6 months for insurance, all that cash back that I'm stacking up, it can go straight to that. So now I don't have to worry about budgeting around, oh, I got insurance coming up, let me go ahead and set $500 to the side out of my budget to put on insurance. No, I can go dig in my cash back bag and say, here's your money, and I'm better for it. I don't have to worry about it. That's the type of thinking that you have to have when it comes to cashback cards. They're simple, but they are one of the most effective things that you can have, as long as you're responsible and you're not overspending. That is not the goal. You don't want to, oh, well, I just want to make sure I get that. I'm going to spend this because I know I'm going to get 5% back. If you don't need it, don't buy it. That's not the point of a cashback credit card. The point is the stuff that you know that you have to pay for, the things that you know you need, utilize your cash back the best way that you can for that spend, and you will be grateful for it later. And like I said, you can do the system however you want. Do it, but at the very least, this needs to be something that is done on a quarterly basis. Compounding is the name of the game. The longer you wait to use that money, the more of it you are going to have, and the better off you are going to be having done it. There's so much money that you are missing out on because you are going too quickly and you are doing things out of order. Wait 3 months, see how much you have. And I bet you in 3 months, when you see, oh, damn, I've saved up this amount of money just from cashback, it's gonna incentivize you to wanna wait 3 more months, and then 3 more months. And then here you are, when you're like, damn, I got all this extra money, something comes up, now we use it. Now we can utilize that cash back, and we can give ourselves that pat on the back that we deserve because we were responsible, we didn't overspend, and now when we need it, we got it. You can thank yourself. You can also thank me for pointing this out, because I don't feel like anybody talks about cashback credit cards in the way that they should be. Yeah, we're talking about the percentages that we get back, but what are we doing with that percentage? How is that actually benefiting you? This is how. That's how you use a cashback credit card. As you guys can tell, I'm super passionate when it comes to credit cards. I love to talk about this and like to show people different ways and different angles about looking at these types of things. So if you can appreciate that, I would appreciate if you would leave a like down below, comment and subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be glad to answer it in the comments. And if you guys want me to make a more in-depth video about specific cards that I think are the best thing for you guys to do, I will do that for you. Let me know. Let me know if you guys do have any cashback credit cards, or if you have any questions about redeeming. I am all ears. I respond to all the comments. I appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.